Hi, this is Mark from Growth Warriors, and I'm just going to take you through a very brief presentation about how cold outreach works and how you can do it for your business if you want to do it DIY. So, why do cold outreach? Well, you can reach anybody in the world. It's a repeatable and scalable way of doing it, and it generates a huge ROI as backed up by the Direct Marketing Association, 40 to 1 on email marketing alone. You can use it for everything, right? You can use it for getting backlinks for your SEO. You can use it for applying for a job if you're just out of college, or you can use it to get new leads for your business as well. The thing is, you've got to be prepared to do ongoing iterations and testing. It's not like a quick fix, just doing it once and then it just takes off. So why shouldn't you do cold outreach? This is really important. If you don't have product market fit yet, it's great for testing and on your beta version and getting feedback. If you're too busy to take the sales calls because you've got other commitments within your business, or if you have a low sale value and basically you could just set up a Shopify e-commerce payment page and you could just take the payment there. You also shouldn't do it if your audience size isn't big enough. If you've got a really small audience size, you can just do one-to-one referrals and request introductions from your network. If you're just looking for instant results, you don't want to put in the time and effort and the cost involved in testing and iteration. It does take time to make it work. And if you're starting from scratch, you don't have any content assets, I would make sure you go back and actually create those assets. Those can be case studies from clients you've worked with, testimonials. Cold outreach is all about building trust, and you need that as part of your sequences, which I'll be going to in a minute. So here's how you do cold outreach. It's a 6-step process. You have to look at identifying the buyer persona, which we'll go to in a sec. Research your top prospects. That could be from a minimum of 500 right up to a few thousand. And then you create your copy sequences and you space out your follow-ups over 3 to 5 days for each follow-up. So you might want to do that over 2 to 4 weeks. And that should take you through to appointments on your calendar. And then you're going to be qualifying and optimizing ongoing to improve your results, your click-through rates, your reply rates, all of those metrics. So here's how you create your ideal customer persona. Without this, if you try to skip this stage, which is what a lot of people do, you'll come unstuck later on. So describe your ideal customer. What industry are they in? What job role do they do? Is it multiple job roles? We've got different stakeholders in the business. Where are they based? Are they based in the UK like myself, or are they based in the US? What sort of size are they? Can you quantify that by number of employees or revenue? And is there any decision-making factors involved? So is it just 1 or 2 people and they just look for recommendations internally? Or do they look to research online, on Google, LinkedIn, that kind of thing? Can use content as part of influencing that decision? What are their major pain points? So for my service in particular, it's too much time spent on lead gen, hundreds of hours a month, and it's also generating qualified leads rather than just any old lead. And what business objectives do they have? So are they looking for short-term growth, or are they trying to raise funding and they looking to use B2B outreach to help raise that funding? So here we go. So I'm going to show you how not to do it, and I'm going to use real live examples, and then I'm going to also show you how to do it afterwards. So here's an example of an email from a software as a service company in the advertising analytics space. So you can see here they've said, "Morning, Mark. Good to meet you." They could use this first line or paragraph to address who they are, why it's relevant to me, and personalise to me receiving the email. And then they've started off with a question, which I think is good. But what they've tried to do is they've tried to pack all of their different benefits into that one opening line, and it just would overwhelm me as the person reading it. So what you want to do is focus on one big idea and not every benefit. You can talk about those other benefits later once you find out more about their business and relate those benefits to them. Also, the bullet points are immediate flags that scream to me, this is a sales email, and immediately wants me to delete it, not reply. So I would say don't use bullet points and try to keep things in very succinct paragraphs. Also, what they've done really well is the use of you or your rather than me, me, me. You want to use you, you, you. And that can help the buyer visualize how it applies to them and what they're going to get out of it, basically. And in a first email,